Hi, my name's Fred Cooper and I'm the CEO here at Ariixfusion. And over the next 30 minutes or so, I want to take the time to tell you about the Activate compensation plan. Now, it happens to be a compensation plan near and dear to my heart because I wrote it. I've been an industry consultant for multi-level marketing companies and compensation plans for 15 years or more. And so as a result, I've gotten to see the best features of compensation plans and some of the worst. So when it became our turn to develop a new company with a unique compensation plan, we took the best features of compensation plans we've seen out there and combined them into one with a few unique twists. But those unique twists are so unique that we have filed for 3 patents on our compensation plan to protect the interest of our reps here at Ariixfusion. I want to walk you through the new multi-line category of compensation plans as opposed to a unilevel, a binary, or a matrix. This compensation plan allows you to build infinitely wide if you choose, or infinitely deep. In fact, we are the first company that is able to acquire other direct selling companies and move their entire organizations into our compensation plan and not change the genealogical structure regardless of the type of compensation plan that a particular company has. So we really do have a unique compensation plan. So let's go through first with how you get started, how we pay in base commissions, and then end with all of the bonuses that are associated with the Activate compensation plan as well. To get started, it only requires that you purchase one thing: your boss. I know, we're a lot different than having a traditional business where you have to report to one. In this case, you purchase it. For just a few dollars, you will receive all of the training information, support information, and how-to knowledge to be able to build a successful, profitable, lucrative direct selling organization down below you. Thereafter, it's required that you generate 150 points to occupy this little square we call an income position. An income position is a spot in the tree. This is where you will be located in someone's downline, probably under the person who is showing you this video at this time. This income position requires 150 points to activate. Now, we use points rather than dollars, and we use points because we are already in 11 countries and growing rapidly. Because of that, we have one universal currency that all international currencies go against, and that is a point. So here at Ariixfusion, when you purchase $100 worth of product, you get about 75 points worth of commissionable volume. Additionally, when you are paid on those points, every point is equal to $1. Now, Activate compensation plan pays 50% of total sales dollar, not points. So the wonderful thing about Ariix's compensation plan, first and foremost, is you will find it pays between 15 to 30% more than most compensation plans in direct selling from companies you've probably heard of. Now, this 150 points that you have to generate can either come from your own personal purchases, or it can come from the purchase of products that you resell to other individuals that you know. Either way, we have found ways for making it easy for people to get their 150 point qualification. And this is through packs. We have 3 types. We have member packs, we have business packs, and we have elite packs. Member packs are 150 points, the bare minimum required to activate your income position and make you commission eligible. Business packs are 500 points, and elite packs are 1,000 points or more. The bigger the pack, the bigger the value, the bigger the benefits to you, including 2 specific features. First, the bigger the pack, the more lines underneath your organization you're going to start with. And as we walk through base commissions, you're going to learn that the more lines you start with, the more income you receive from the customers that you sell products to. Additionally, you have the opportunity to purchase a 2X membership. Now, the 2X membership is a discount coupon purchasing program that gives you 15% off the wholesale price of all Ariix products, regardless of the number of products you purchase, for life. This one-time fee also serves a second purpose. The 2X membership receives its name from the fact that it will double all bonuses within the Activate compensation plan. So going forward, if you have the 2X membership and you intend to build a business out of Ariix, you can't afford not to have the 2X membership, given the amount of money that you will receive over those individuals who don't have a 2X membership. Should you purchase the member pack, you will pay a one-time $150 fee for the 2X membership. If you purchase a business or an elite pack, the 2X membership is included for free. So let's get started with exactly how base commissions works in our compensation plan. Assuming you purchase a member pack, you would begin with 2 lines. In every situation, whether you start with 2, 3, or 4 lines, one line is always designated as the power line. The power line can vary from week to week, but in every instance, it is that line that has the greatest amount of volume on it. For that reason, some people also call it the team line. Every other line, in addition to that, is called your pay line, and it is on these lines that you receive base commissions. I don't want to suggest that you will not receive commissions on your power line. Many of our bonuses do pay you for activity on your power line, but base commissions is only paid on your pay lines. Here's how it's calculated. We take the total amount of volume that is done on your particular pay line and we multiply it by 15% to give a total up to $2,000 every week. Let's do an example. Suppose you have 1,000 points on this line, and suppose you have 500 points on this line. At the end of the week, we would calculate the total amount of commissions due to you by multiplying the total volume on your pay line times 15%. In this example, 500 times 15% would be $75, and you would receive a $75 check. Thereafter, we would reduce from your power line the 500 points that you were paid on your pay line, and starting the next week, you would have what we call carryover volume of 500 points. So the next week, your power line already has 500 points on it, and any volume you do on your pay line, we will pay 15% of it in base commissions. Now, what if you purchase a business pack and you have 3 lines? That would mean that this is your pay line, this is your pay line, and this would become your power line. In a similar example, should you have 1,000 points, and you would have 500 on this line and 300 on this line, it would pay 15% on each line that you have. So this pay line and this pay line each receive 15%. 15% of 500 is $75. 15% of $30 is $45. The total would be $120 you would receive in a commission check each and every week that had this much volume. We would reduce the amount of volume that you have on your pay lines from your power line, and you would actually begin with 200 points on your power line to start the next week. Carryover is a great incentive to assure that you are not only keeping your organization balanced, but also that you have carryover volume for the next week. Now, the Activate compensation plan has one other amazing feature that is a second patent pending. The first patent that we hold is on the fact that our structure pays infinitely wide and infinitely deep. Unlike all other compensation plans that have a limit, either in width or depth, our compensation plan has none. So no matter how much volume you generate from the bottom, or no matter how wide you want to build, there is no limits to how much money you can make going wide or deep. But we also have a second patent on something we call auto balancing. Now here's how auto balancing works. Every 4 weeks, which we call a cycle, it is required that you generate 75 points in order to be commission eligible. These points can be summed from the purchases that you have or purchases that you make and then retail to end consumers. Any points that you purchase beyond the 75 points, or any products that you purchase for your retail customers, or third, any purchases made by preferred customers. These are individuals who have no interest whatsoever in building a business, but they want the products and purchase directly from the company, and you receive the commission points from them. All of those volume points go into a bucket. And at the end of any particular week, those points are auto-balanced on all of your lines to pay you the maximum base commissions possible per person in the entire organization. You see, many compensation plans have little loopholes or little tricks that they put in there to get breakage, which is volume that you generate, but for which you are not compensated through commissions. But at Ariix, we're just the opposite. We developed a mathematical heuristic which optimizes the placement of volume in individuals' downlines to assure that you get the maximum commissions possible for all the volume that you generate. Think about that and what a unique philosophy it is. Instead of trying to prevent you from getting commissions, we are optimizing them for you so that even if you don't even know the compensation plan, you don't understand it, you don't want to get to know it, all you have to know is, if I am selling products to retail customers or preferred customers, I don't really need to know how I get paid in the Activate compensation plan. All I know is they have the computer that calculates it all for me and automatically pays me, whether I know the compensation plan or not. Here's how auto balancing works. Let's assume you started out with a member pack. And with the member pack on your two lines, let's assume you had 400 points generated from preferred customers or additional volume that you have purchased. If there is no volume from your additional reps that are placed below you, the computer, 1 point at a time, would put a point here, 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 and a point here, until ultimately it had placed 200 points here and 200 points here. Then, of course, either one could be your power line. We'll say this one's the power line, making this the pay line. We pay 15%, and you would receive a $30 check in base commissions. On the other extreme, let's assume that you had purchased an elite pack. And the elite pack generates you 4 total lines rather than 2. With the same $400 in point purchasing, the computer would balance 100 points here, 100 here, 100 here, and 100 there. But now we would pay 15% on each of your pay lines, which would generate you $15 per line for a total of $45. So for the exact same amount of volume, you receive 50% more in base commissions because you came in with an elite pack and had 4 lines rather than only having 2. You can see how the larger packs and the more lines, the better the benefit of auto balancing is for you and your business. Now, the 15% that is paid on the pay lines pays up to a maximum of $2,000 every week. So if you do the math, that's 13,334 points times 15%, which gives you $2,000 on any one particular week. So what happens when you reach this maximum that we call optimized amount of volume on all of your pay lines? If this line receives 13,334, and we'll call it your power line, and this line has the same 13,000, and this has the same 13,000, and this has the same 13,334 points, you would receive 2,000 on this line, 2,000 on this line, and 2,000 on this line. But that's not the cap of how much money you can earn. Now remember, volume that is generated pays up to $2,000 a week on any one particular pay line. So in an example here, if you generate 13,334 points, when we multiply that by 15%, we get the maximum you can earn any week on any one pay line. But that isn't the limit, because once you reach 13,334 points on a pay line, that line is said to optimize. And when it does, you receive 2 new Christmas presents, if you will. The first Christmas present you receive is yet another pay line. This enables you to build infinitely wide, because every time a line optimizes, you receive 1 additional pay line. Truly, you can build infinitely wide with 1 single power line. That's why when we tell people we pay up to 15% on all of our lines, since the first line, the power line, receives nothing, but all subsequent lines receive 15%, we really do approach 15% volume on all of the lines that an individual has in their downline. The second benefit or Christmas present that you receive is another re-entry. Think of another re-entry as a chance to join the organization a second time, or it's a second location, a second store. This income position can be placed anywhere on the line that optimized. You can put it under anyone, and I would recommend you put it on a pay line of someone you're working closely with in your downline. Why? Because our volume flows infinitely deep all the way up the organization to the top of the tree. So not only can you build infinitely wide, but you can continue building infinitely deep. This concept's what we call leveraging, because when you place volume under your second income position, the combined total of all the lines flows all the way up through your first income position. So you literally can be paid twice on the same amount of volume. If this line were to optimize and generate 13,334 points, and this line were to optimize, you would have a power line on this income position and another pay line of which you would receive 15% or $2,000. This line would have at least 26,668 points, and you would receive times 15% the next $2,000. This process can continue all the way down infinitely deep. Now think about the value of auto balancing, because that auto balancing not only places it on the pay line that will pay you more, but it places you under the income position that will generate the greatest amount of volume and commissions for you, not only in base commissions, but also in bonuses. So you can see why this patent pending mathematical procedure is so valuable to you in your organization. You don't have to know anything. Just know that the company is doing all it can to pay you the most commissions possible. So now let's go through all of the bonuses that are offered in the Activate Compensation Plan. Remember, when we talk about bonuses, the 2X membership becomes invaluable because all of these bonuses are doubled if you're a 2X member. The first bonus that we have is the ASAP bonus. The acronym, as soon as possible, stands for Accelerated Sales and Profits Bonus. This literally is a bonus paid for packs that you sell to end consumers. The amount of money that you receive on any pack that is sold is determinant on the size of the pack. The larger the packs, the bigger the bonus. This provides an incentive to you to upsell packs and kits to our end consumers, and also returns you commissions very, very quickly. The second bonus that we have is what we call our Team Lead bonus. Team Lead happens to be the very first title that you receive based on commissions that you earn in our compensation plan. The Team Lead bonus is designed to get the newcomers to Ariix a check as soon as possible. Statistics show that people are twice as likely to stay twice as long if they receive a commission check. And they are 95% likely to purchase the second month if they earn enough in commissions to pay for what they generally consume in products. So, the objective of this bonus is very straightforward. Our goal is to get you to earn enough in commissions that it is not only significant to you, but also more than enough to pay for the products that you consume every 4 weeks, a term we call a cycle. So, here's how the team lead bonus works. Let's assume, for example, that you join the organization with an elite pack, or you generate at least 1,000 points, and you start with 4 lines. Now, with each of these 4 lines, let's say you get one person only on each of these lines who purchase every 4 weeks. Now, you don't have to get 4 people every 4 weeks. You just have to get 4 people who purchase every 4 weeks. If it's the same people, all the better. Now, in this situation, we would pay 15% on 3 pay lines and not on the 1 power line, as explained in base commissions. This gives you a total of $33.75 in base commissions. The team lead bonus is simply this. If you have 4 people in your downline that you have personally sponsored, you will receive an additional bonus of $33.75. Now, I would recommend you get these 4 people as fast as possible, because if you can get them in the first 8 weeks, you will attain a position called gold status. And gold status enables you to specific benefits and services and bonus eligibility for life. Get your 4 in the first 8 weeks. If not, don't worry. We still have a way that you can become silver status and maintain that eligibility, but it's not as good as getting them in the first 8 weeks. So you sponsor these 4. In your first 8 weeks, you have gold status, but additionally, you have $33.75 and a team lead bonus of $33.75. Should you lose one of your people, it's okay. Just find a new representative to join the Ariixfusion organization, and guess what? You are eligible again. If you get 5 people, it doesn't pay you any more. If you get 3 people, it pays you nothing. 4 or more generates $33.75. Now remember, if you're a 2X member, we double all bonuses. So that would mean this $33.75 is paid twice. $33.75 3 times is $101.25. Not surprisingly, the qualification requirement is to generate 75 points every 4 weeks, which generally costs $100. You can see the team lead bonus was perfect in generating enough in commissions to pay for what the average individual usually personally consumes and keeps them commission eligible every 4 weeks. The next leadership bonus type that we have is called, instead of the pay line, it's called the income position pool. Now, the income position bonus pool constitutes twice as much as the pay line bonus. It is 2% of global worldwide volume. And here's how it works. For every income position that you own that has optimized a power line and a pay line, so in this case, 13,334 on at least 2 lines, you receive 1 share of the income position bonus pool. So in this example, you would receive 1 share. And again, marginally, every time you optimize yet another income position, you receive marginally 1 additional share. So should you get, as a result of your Christmas present, another income position to optimize, which would put 13,334 points here and 13,334 points on at least 1 other pay line, you would have now optimized 2 income positions. 2 income positions get you 2 more shares of the income position bonus pool. A third one would repeat, and so on, infinitely deep. In this example then, you would receive 3 shares of the income position bonus pool. This price per share again varies based on the number of individuals who optimize an income position. It's been averaging around $200 per share. And of course, as you're starting to realize, don't forget the 2X membership, because it would double the number of shares that you receive to a total of 6, doubling your income that you receive on your Payline bonus. Now the next bonus that we have, you've probably all heard these type of sales tactics and these types of pictures that go along with it. It usually has something to do with this. You can buy a watch, or we'll give you a new car, we'll give you a boat, you can live the high life, shoot, you can even get in a jet airplane and we'll fly you to the moon. It's these types of bonus incentives that they do that have a lot of glitz and a lot of glamour. But the unfortunate part is they're usually leasing a car that you can drive around and show that you're doing really well in your business, but the reality is you're going further in debt. And by having that lease, you're more obligated to make sure that you're earning your commissions to see to it that you can afford the monthly payment for that car. At Ariix, we have a whole different philosophy. We are not out for the hype and the flash and the glamour. So we created a bonus that would accomplish the same goal should you want it, but it is more fiscally responsible. And this bonus we call the savings bonus. Here's how the savings bonus works. Remember, in base commissions, for example in 2 lines, you receive 15% on whatever volume you generate on your pay lines. In this example, you would receive 15% of $1,000, which would mean you would receive $150 in base commissions. Anytime your base commissions from all of your lines and all of your income positions combined exceed $250 in any 1 week, we give you an additional 7.5% that goes into a savings account that we keep track of for you. If you don't make $250 on any 1 week, don't worry, you don't lose your status, you don't lose your savings plan. You just don't earn the extra 15% that we're putting in savings. Anything in excess of $250, we pay 15% on the total volume of pay that you accumulate, up to a maximum of $500 a week. So at the maximum rate, think about it, you could actually accumulate up to $2,000 a month into a savings program. When you attain $10,000 in that savings account, you're going to receive a personal phone call from our CFO. And our CFO is going to call and congratulate you on attaining a savings account of $10,000. Thereafter, you'll receive to as much as $500 a week in that particular bonus. If you're a 2X member, 15% rather than 7.5%. And you will continue to receive that weekly for as long as you do business with Ariix. We want you to learn fiscal responsibility and to realize that with $10,000, you'll know the satisfaction of having a savings account that you can hold for a rainy day rather than necessarily having a flashy car, unless that's what you want to do with your own money. And so now we come to our last bonus. This is our biggest bonus for our leaders. And this bonus is called matching bonus. Now the matching bonus is designed for our top leaders. And the intent of our top leaders is to get them to be personally motivated to get you a commission check as quickly as possible. Here's the basics of it. For every individual that you sponsor into Ariix, whatever they earn in base commissions, regardless of how much they earn, without a limit on the number of people you can earn on, you receive 15% of whatever they receive in base commissions for life. No limits. Let me give you an example of how it works. Now, we first went through examples of base commissions in which individuals are growing their downline by placing reps underneath them, and people above them may be putting reps underneath them as well, until pretty soon you have a fairly large organization below you. That is one type of tree structure, and it has nothing to do with matching bonus. The second tree structure deals with matching bonus only. And rather than calling it your placement tree, we call this a sponsorship tree. The sponsorship tree looks like this. There is you, and then everyone you sponsored is placed in your first generation. Think of these people as your kids. You could have sponsored 4, 3, 2, 1, 50. However many you sponsor is up to you. But this is unlimited width. Everyone you personally sponsor is first generation to you. On all of these first generation people, you receive 15%. That's pretty significant with no limits whatsoever placed on that. Now, if there's no limit whatsoever on the volume you can earn on the 15%, let's do a simple example where you simply sponsor 4 people. On those 4 people, you would receive 15%. But what if these 4 people also sponsored 4 people? On your second generation, your grandkids, if you will, you receive an additional 10%. No limit on the number of people, or again, no limit on the volume that they generate for life. So for 4 people, you could get 15%, but on 16 people, you could get 10%. You can see that getting 16 people 10% is better than getting 4 on 15%. And the levels keep going. On your third generation, your great-grandkids, all of the people that they sponsor, it would be 64. If you looked at it from a third generation, we pay 5%. Would you rather get 64 nickels, or would you rather get 16 dimes? Obviously, it is much better on the third generation, even at 5%. In fact, third generation 5% is bigger than your second generation and your first generation combined. We happen to pay that same 5% on the 4th, on the 5th, on the 6th, and on the 7th generation of people. If you just sponsored 4 people and they repeated it 7 generations, your downline organization would be over 20,000 people. And that's on each generational line that you start by introducing people to the business. And those 20,000 people are per individual that you sponsor. That's how large of a potential this matching bonus has for your organization. Now, when it starts out, it's going to be small. The largest portion of your commissions are going to be base commissions. But over time, and as it grows, eventually the matching bonus will be larger than all other bonuses and base commissions combined. This bonus is designed for our very, very top leaders who aren't satisfied with making $10,000 a week, or even $20,000 or $30,000 a week. Our bonuses and all of the psychology behind them have been designed to create teamwork in the Activate compensation plan. With 3 patents on it, it demonstrates the unique characteristics that whether you're just starting out and barely know anything about compensation plans and how they work, or you are a seasoned veteran who has had many, many compensation plans to compare to, you will realize as you study and learn the Activate compensation plan, it really is, as I suggest, the absolute finest compensation plan that has ever been developed for field representatives like yourself. Good luck, and thanks for becoming part of Ariixfusion.